What's going on, guys? It's J-Ho bringing you a brand new video, and today we got a bunch of new Destiny 2 news. So in the latest Bungie blog post, they listed a bunch of different updates and changes that we can expect to see coming in the near future now that Destiny has finally launched on all three of the platforms. So there's some pretty good changes in here and updates that I can't wait to see coming, so let's get into it and break some of these down. So first of all, they talk about seasons once again, and they mentioned a lot of information about that last week in their TwitchCon panel. But anyway, seasons are pretty good. I think they're really good platforms and additions to the DLC and all the other updates coming in the game. So it's a really good way to refresh the game and give a sort of concrete date to when we can expect big changes to happen. And then next we got a list of updates that we can expect to see and that they're currently working on. So first one is new systems and rewards to give to our most engaged players, additional and optional pursuits. So that's really good. Pretty much that's more content, more end game things that we can strive for, more rewards and new systems. I'm excited to see where they go with this direction, but just having more things to do, more things to pursue, and they're optional as well. They're not required. So if you're a more casual player, you don't have as much time to play, then you don't have to do these things, or you don't have to strive for these rewards, but they're there for more hardcore players, these players that can put in more time. So really good that they're adding more stuff. Next up, we got better incentives for players who complete challenging prestige activities. I think that's a really good change. Right now, the prestige activities currently in the game are mainly for aesthetic purposes. If you want to get a cool looking armor for the raid that looks different and you want the aura and stuff like that, then it's cool and you can grind for that. As well as the Nightfall, you don't get too much more than you do from completing the regular Nightfall. So adding more incentives for players to do these harder activities is definitely beneficial. And then next up, we got better rewards and replay value for strikes, adventures, and lost sectors. I think that's another good thing, especially for a lot of PvE players that want to do lost sectors, that want to do these adventures and these strikes. Right now, the rewards are pretty lacking, especially compared to things like public events that are a lot quicker to complete, that you can get pretty much the same rewards for doing them. So better rewards for those harder and more time-consuming activities is a lot better as well. Next one is a big one. We got private matches for the competitive community coming around early 2018 is their current target date. So really exciting. I know a lot of people are anticipating private matches once again, especially this time around, because right now in Crucible we only have playlists that we can choose to queue into, and if you have a group of people to play with, you can play anything you want. You can set the game mode you want, you can set the number of players you want, you can play 2v2s, you can 1v1, 3v3, whatever you want. You can also go back to 6v6 if you want. So private matches is gonna make Crucible a lot more fun, especially for groups of players that want to customize the way they play. So that's really exciting, coming early 2018. Next up, we got Crucible tuning, like adjusted supremacy scoring and better spawning rules. So that's really good. Changes to some of the Crucible game modes. We got better incentives for completing Crucible matches and penalties for quitting competitive games. I think that last part is very important. Sometimes people dislike playing in the competitive playlist just because a lot of people tend to quit sometimes, especially if you're losing, if you're not in a team and you're solo queuing or you're queuing in a pair and you get matched up against a team of guys and you're just getting steamrolled, then people tend to quit a lot in that playlist. So having penalties in there is definitely good to keep people from ruining other players' experience. We also got continued improvements to Iron Banner and faction rallies, including uniqueness of rewards. So that's really good. We heard about some of these changes in their TwitchCon panel when they talked about seasons. And then next up, we got changes to make the mod economy more interesting and impactful. So this is a really good change, I think, as well. I know a lot of people were excited about mods in Destiny 2, and they're pretty good as they are right now, but I think they can have a bigger influence on how you play and how you customize your gear that you currently have. So that's pretty interesting. I'm curious to see what direction they take with this. And then next up, we got ongoing improvements to exotics, including adjustments to reduce instances of duplication. So that's always really good. Getting less duplicates on your exotics is beneficial, so you can look for some of those exotics that you're still missing. We also got new ways to spend surplus currency and materials looking at your legendary shards, so that's another good thing. A lot of people are saying that legendary shards are pretty much useless, especially because once you collect majority of the exotics in the game, pretty much the only thing you can use them for is Xur. So if you have a lot of the exotics, then you're not going to use them as much for Xur, and then you pretty much just hoard a lot of shards that way. So having other ways to spend it is good as well. And then the last thing we got is an emote interface that allows players to equip any emote they want at the same time. So that's really good. We can equip all the 4 exotic emotes at once. And having that small little customization is something that everyone's wanted for a while since Destiny 1, so that's really exciting to hear as well. So really exciting changes coming. We got private matches, that's one of the big ones coming. I'm really interested to see what they do with more rewards and more different options in terms of endgame, as well as changes to the mod economy in the game. So those are some of the things I'm looking forward to hearing more about. Thank you guys for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!